Hello! Today we are going to talk about concepts. And what the heck is concepts? Well, put simply, a concept is an A3 that considers the important details we need to consider to start development of a new product idea, but nothing more than that. Examples of what a concept includes can be the impact we are there to generate, the different types of roles that we need to consider that's going to be engaged by our products, the user scenarios, illustrations of what they would look like, sketches, very simply put, that demonstrate how the interaction, an idea of how the interaction could look like, and trade-offs or non-trade-offs that we're not willing to make in order to generate an impact on the market. The second part of a concept is the idea that the passionate person behind the idea, regardless of role, can take the idea and run with it all the way to a satisfied client. And how is this different? It's different in the sense that there is no handover. If you want the idea, you make it happen with the support of the development organization. But your commitment is that you do not stop by the fact that your idea gets into a release. You are finished when the idea has generated the impact you wanted. So why care about concepts? Even in an agile organization, it's very easy for a product owner to be overloaded by questions. And the problem with a product owner is that they can either strive to help the team and focus on the teams, or focus on the market. And the problem I tried to solve when I started with concepts was, how can I make sure that a product owner can have focus time and spend more time on the market? And I had a case with a product owner who was spending 3 times the time that she had available on her job. And no wonder she was stressed out. So concepts enabled us to say, hey, any person who wants to drive the idea can actually do that. And that made sure that the product owner became the person who chose between the ideas and could have more focused time on the market. The second reason, to preserve the integrity of the original idea. And I'll quote what a marketing manager said to me in an agile organization which I came to help. And he said, you know, Mattias, I know we have these agile teams, but in fact, I feel like I feed in a description of a very nice suit, and all I get in the end of the day is a broken, damaged t-shirt. And it's very easy to get lost in details when we do product development. And a concept enables a person to actually say and walk with the idea all the way through with all the engaged specialists and still keep the integrity of that idea all the way until satisfied client. Third reason, to allow yourself to have a prepared conversation with senior developers. Where senior developers spend their time is an important decision. They can't be everywhere. And nothing is more demotivating than entering a meeting regarding a new feature or a new product idea and asking one question and finding out that there is no answer to this question yet. Now, concepts enables you to clarify the questions you want answered before you enter a planning session or a conversation with a marketing person. And by that, you can enter prepared conversations and have better quality input before you start designing your solutions. The fourth reason, in a multi-team scenario, it's very easy. The engineers can feel that they focus on details and they lose the full picture. And the quote I have from a developer is, I feel like I'm a small cog in the machinery and I never get to see the important pieces. So a concept enables developers to always be able to reflect back and see what was the original intent. What is the key differentiator we want with our product idea? So that picture always becomes clear. All right, so what happens when you try to apply concepts in real situations? And the typical situations where I've used concepts are in multi-team scenarios where there are more than one team engaged in building a product or building multiple products. And the first experience, learning that we had in one of these situations where we have multiple teams engaged in building a product was 40% of all the features and all the product ideas that we fed in to our development that before was described as user stories missed the essential details, some essential details that they needed to have for us to actually start developing it. And the consequence, if we didn't stop at this point and correct those details, would have been to start developing and then only to find out, hey, we missed this part or this was the wrong track, and then would need to redo it or scrap the idea altogether. So these concepts enables us to correct and make sure we had quality input and answered the important questions and not only considered the details. The second experience I found interesting was if you work in an agile team and you do sprints, it's very easy to too quickly enter development mode and release mode. And what concepts enabled us to do and enabled a couple of teams to do was to engage themselves with the person behind the idea and prototype their way through until they found out they had the answers to, hey, we know now that this idea is actually both usable and makes a difference. And why I say this is because it's very easy to too fast move into development mode, release mode, and think, well, it will sort itself out in the end. And what I've watched this team do is to engage themselves and have several prototyping runs until both the idea owner and the team felt, hey, this is now a great idea. And from that point of time, they entered sprints and starting to release that idea. And that makes sure that the integrity of the idea was intact and was also well received when it actually entered the market. So what happens now? Well, you could of course take the pieces of concepts which you like and start using it where it fits you. For example, you might be focusing on getting good quality input, prepare conversations, but I advise you to actually give the full idea a try, create a concept, let the person passionate behind the idea to actually take it and run with it all the way to satisfy a client, and then tell me how that worked. As you know, we have more YouTube clips like this around where you can actually look at many different important aspects of software development. On our blog, I've also posted a link to concepts if you want further reading, including examples of sections